Adam has then started to work a vertical section to create the graduation through the center by working with the length on the external as a guide, and then creating a triangular cutting line, gaining in length towards the occipital bone at the top of the section. Once that middle profile line has been cut, Adam is now going to start working diagonal sections, again following the same guide from the center, but more so now pivoting round into the corner of the head. He's generally working from the center where the occipital bone lays, using that guide as your length that you're cutting to, and then bringing everything into that section number 1. So he's working with pivot sections from the center in the middle, and then over directing back to the previous section where he's using the guide that he's cut to create the internal graduation. This is a very easy and effective way to create weight removal from the back of the head and build up a weight line that creates that graduated look on any kind of bob. Not only is Adam creating the graduation from the external up into the internal, but he's also encouraging the hair to fall forward and round the head shape and neck line to create more movement in the back area of the head, where he's going to again internally layer that length, working from the length on the occipital bone and working a round shape to again soften out those top layers that sit over the graduated line at the back of the head. Now, the reason why Adam is working internally first rather than cutting in the bob line at the back is because the client already has the basic shape that she wants through the perimeter of the haircut. So once Adam has gone and internally layered the haircut and distributed the weight through that internal shape and created the graduation, he can then refine the line towards the end of the haircut and create that sharpness on the external shape. Body position is key when you're working through this type of layering, so really make sure that the head position is low enough for you not to be straining your body or elbows as you're cutting through the hair. Adam's now going to continue working horizontal sections through the side profile, elevating it all up into the center until the hair does not reach that cutting line in the middle at all. Adam is now working with very strong tension, meaning that he needs to comb the hair very flat against the skull, all the way down to where he wants to cut the line. He's working with the wide teeth of the comb to allow him to get beautiful control, working through that hair into the backline area. He's starting to work the cutting line through the center, where he can establish the shortest point of the bob, and then start to work through either side, creating that slightly diagonal line, getting longer towards the ear, working through the right hand side first, and then moving into this left hand side second. Once the back area has been finished, Adam's now going to focus on moving into the sides, where he's creating a very small subsection which is focusing on just over the ear. It's very important that we separate this area away from the side and focus on the ear area separately, because the hair has a tendency to sit over the top of the ear and spring up when you cut it with any tension. So you do want to segregate that and work on it individually before you go into the side area like Adam is now doing so. With any kind of bob that you cut, you need to know whether you want to have it more natural in terms of how it sits and flatter to the head, or whether you want a little bit of volume in there and to smooth out the hair. Adam's opting for a little bit of volume, which does work very well when working with a graduated bob, as you do want to heighten the back area of the head and create volume, and then you want the edges of the hair to be a little bit more textured and soft with movement. This is what the client would do anyway in the mirror once they've had their hair blow dried, and make it look a little bit more natural. As you can see, the bob shape is sitting beautifully around the neckline, but we have those softer layers sitting over the top with that texture that the blow dry is put in there. We can see that that softness through the fringe area looks great on this client and really adds a touch of softness and texture through the front. Thanks for watching this salon-friendly bob haircut tutorial. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure you catch Adam's other videos on the app.